Hello and welcome to another instalment of Cab TV on a glorious summer's day here in the Sussex Weald constituency. Today we're meeting Nusrat Ghani MP, the first female Muslim Conservative MP, also Principal Deputy Speaker of the House of Commons. Let's find out what she's got to say and hear about the challenges she faces in this beautiful constituency. Nusrat, assalamu alaikum and welcome to Cab TV.
Walaikum salam, and thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a very unique experience.
Coming to Crowborough or doing an interview at the back of a cab?
Both of them.
Okay,
of course.
Fair enough.
It's my first time in your constituency, I'll be honest with you. And when I was driving in, I couldn't believe how green and lush it is. It's beautiful.
So we're in Crowborough, which is one of my towns. The other town is Howsham. The rest is very rural. It was commented on in lots of history books as quintessentially English, which I think is beautiful, because then you've got an MP like me.
It's wonderful. I love that. That's fantastic. Where are we heading to first of all in Crowborough, Nusrat? Where are we off to?
We're off to a fantastic community hospital, minor injury unit, and a midwifery-led birthing unit as well. Just
as we're on our way to the Crowborough Minor Injuries Unit, I'd love to know what got you into politics.
Yeah. Also, a lot of things. I'm a first-generation immigrant, and because we could read and write in our home in English, we ended up being a place where we could come and have a lot of the issues resolved, especially if trying to get hold of issues with local authorities, for example. I grew up in Birmingham. So I think we've always done a level of community work in my household, and I've always been a campaigner. And you realise if you really want to change campaigns, you need to capture the government's attention and also, change legislation. So eventually my career led me to Parliament.
Famously, Nusrat, you are the first female Muslim Conservative MP.
I'm still our only female Muslim MP, considering how old our party is. It is ridiculous that I am the first female Muslim MP for my party. It is ridiculous that when I became minister, I was the first female Muslim minister. It should not take until 2018. So I'm always thinking, how do I ensure that girls like myself, who are potentially immigrants to the country, fundamentally working class, how do I ensure that they think that they could become MPs as well?
Yeah.
My faith has become more and more of an issue to other people as the years have gone on, and I realise that is a curious thing that I cannot control. Some people will see that as a positive, but unfortunately I come across a lot of people that see that as a negative.
So elaborate on that.
Well, because you get a lot of abuse. I think a lot of people would just always think that their representative should be male, for example.
Okay.
And because of social media, attacking a woman, I think, is just something that people can get away with. You can attack the way I dress, the way I speak. I've had a lot of abuse and threats that have been sexually violent related, for example.
Yeah.
And then when you're a mum, they like to come, no doubt if you're a dad, but they try and work out where your kids are and then try and comfort them as well.
Wow.
And one of the early surgeries I had, a gentleman came and he had some cartridges, cartridges that would have had bullets in.
Right.
Basically said that he did not want a Muslim representing him, and that's what he would do next. But the reality is, in the early days, 2015, I didn't know what to do about it because I didn't want to draw attention to the fact that I was different. And I just sucked it up. Obviously, the police had to get involved because it was so intense.
Yeah.
But it was hard. There were constant threats. And the bizarre thing is I don't talk about it much now because I don't want to put people off. But it's quite sad that I've now accepted it as part of my job.
What would be your advice to someone listening to this today, thinking that they're toying with the idea of entering the world of politics?
Yeah. I don't want to sugarcoat it. It's going to be tough. And it's not going to be tough because you're Asian or you're Muslim. Politics is just tough. There's only 650 MPs get elected. So you've got to be incredibly hard, incredibly robust, and incredibly resilient. So don't give up on the first step. You're going to get knocked back a million times. You're just going to have to pick up, brush yourself off, and just keep going. And for God's sake, have a sense of humour. So much stuff happens that does not make sense, and it will never make sense.
Right.
Laugh it off, get up, and start again. And I just have to remind myself, my family gave up everything they knew they loved to move here.
Yeah.
It's not going to be great shakes for me to have a tough time getting to where I need to be. Make sure your parents' journey was worth it.
Oh, I love that. I love that last line.
That is it. That is it.
And
so
here we are.
So this is my fantastic midwifery-led Crowborough birthing unit. It's a minor injury unit as well. I spend a lot of time here fundraising. Lots of cake bake sales take place.
Okay.
And I think in contrast to urban areas, if you're an older person, there's lots of facilities. And I think the fact that you can be picked up, taken away to a community place, have some tea in the afternoon, chat to somebody, have your medical health needs dealt with.
Yeah.
It's a very rural way of dealing with our people in our villages.
Interesting. Very interesting. Look, we're still driving through the wonderful town of Crowborough. It's really beautiful. And we're on our way to a forest, I believe. Is that right?
We're going to the Ashdown Forest.
Okay.
It is one of the most stunning open areas in the whole United Kingdom, but it has another wonderful link, which is it is the home of Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
So before anyone starts saying, "Oh my God, what's she talking about? Fictional character?" Well, hell no. Winnie the Pooh was written in my constituency.
Yeah.
Pooh Bridge is a real bridge.
Is it a real bridge?
Yeah, and the 100-acre wood was actually 500 acres.
Right.
And if it's a good day, we'll see not only lots of dog walkers, but lots of people riding their horses as well.
I thought you said if it's a good day, we might see Winnie the Pooh. That would have been quite something.
Well, if we drive well, we may be able to see Pooh Bridge. This is Ladies Mile, by the way.
It's what, sorry?
This is Ladies Mile.
Okay.
It was a back road created by a previous king for him to enable his mistress's carriage to drive to his estate.
Is that right?
You wouldn't have that in an urban seat, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
There we are.
You wouldn't. Tell me about what really matters to your constituents in this rural area.
I think they just want to live their lives with a bit of ease, and everything seems difficult. Why aren't the potholes filled? Why can't I get a GP's appointment? And on the bigger stuff, it's just, at the moment, we've got a lot of my businesses are just anxious about tariffs, anxious about how they can try and export their goods to markets overseas and still make a profit, because it costs a lot to make stuff in the UK, to be honest.
Yeah.
Massive farming community, massive, farms that have gone through generations, and there's not a lot of profit in farming, to be honest. So somehow you've got to convince your kids to take on the business, wake up at the crack of dawn through all weather and continue to farm. A lot of the changes around farming and inheritance tax has become a major issue for them. I recently had a massive farmers forum in the constituency, and they employ a lot of local people too.
Yeah.
And there's a huge anxiety about how these farmers could compete and thrive going forward.
So what do you believe should be done to address some of those concerns?
We should protect farmers in the UK, because we need to have homegrown, high quality food that secures our supply chain as well, and ensure we're not taxing them out of business, to be honest.
We're on the Kent border now.
Yeah, East Sussex and Kent is just next door, yeah?
Yes, and Tunbridge Wells,
yes,
in the local elections, they went reform.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
What are your views on kind of the, in quotes, the rise of reform?
I think at the last election, because we did so badly, the Conservative Party, it's a reflection that we need to do better. And also, it says that people fundamentally want simple answers to quite difficult problems.
Right.
And the rise of populism, I don't think is a good thing for the country, full stop, because I don't think it offers a real solution to the problems that we have, which are going to be complicated. It's not because somebody is here that doesn't look like you, and that person may have to be, trying to remove people from a space to make people's lives easier. It isn't going to solve that.
Let me ask you this, Nusrat. Have you ever considered, has it entered your mind, about going for that top job?
Which top job?
Well, leader of the Conservative Party.
Ah, okay. I don't think you get any sleep. It must be incredibly complicated. I don't know how Kemi is doing it at the moment, especially when you're in your first 1 or 2 years in opposition. It must be incredibly brutal. But people have to step up, and thank God people like Kemi do step up. At the moment, I'm just happy being the MP for Sussex Weald and Big Deputy Speaker.
Okay. Nusrat, in your opinion, you've been an MP now for 10 years. You're well versed in the world of politics and what the country needs. What do you think Britain needs to thrive and survive and move on?
Big question. The last 10 years have been really tough, not just because the Conservatives have had so many, different leaders. We've had lots of elections. We've had to deliver Brexit, whatever your argument is. It's a major change, right?
Yeah.
We've had COVID, the war in Ukraine, and we're still standing. I think somehow we've diminished ourselves, which is stopping us just being positive about who we are, what we can offer. And that negativity seeps into everything. It seeps into communities, seeps into people's attitudes about the other person. But a bit of confidence and a bit of hope and inspiration, aspiration, I think will put us in a really good place.
That's a lovely answer. I like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back at Crowborough Station. This is my stop. I'm going to leave you to it.
Nusrat, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Lovely
Thank
to
you
meet
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much.
It's great to hear your insights. Thank you, by the way, for all that you do, and particularly for the Muslim community as well. You are an inspiration.
No. My job is to make sure there's going to be lots of Muslim people hoping they can think to do this other job, and hopefully there'll be lots of people around me and behind me at the next election. Who knows?
Let's hope so.
Thank you.
Take care. Safe travels. That was Nusrat Ghani, MP for Sussex Weald. What an inspirational woman. I really enjoyed talking to her today. Make sure you like, follow and subscribe the Community Exchange Hub across all our channels. And send us your questions. Get involved.